So here we are going to discuss quadratic graphs involving with modulus, and this is, you may call it as, this is some part 1. Why? Because here we are going to discuss the graphs of these expression. In the next class we are going to discuss the graphs of the remaining in the sense, if modulus is involved for this y, how the graphs will be. Those graphs we will discuss in the next class, right? So first of all, before going to sketch the graphs of all these expressions, we need to know about the way of sketching the rough graph for a quadratic expression. See, the first one is y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3. It's a quadratic expression. So how can we sketch the graph for that quadratic expression? Think about it. So to sketch the rough graph for this y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3, we need to know about the roots of this expression as well as the point where it intersects y-axis. Roots in the sense, the intersection point of the graph with the x-axis, right? So first of all, you may say this is x-axis and consider it as y-axis, and we know its point of intersection is origin, right? So what you say about the roots of this x square minus 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. You just try to find out the roots. We have a chance to express it like this, x square minus 2x minus 3. So we can express it like this, x minus 3 into x plus 1. Just check it once, x square minus 2x minus 3. So since we can express this expression as x minus 3 into x plus 1, one root is 3 and the other root is minus 1. So somewhere on x-axis minus 1 and 3 are located. Okay. So the graph for sure passes through these 2 points, minus 1 comma 0 and 3 comma 0, because they are the roots. And then identify the point where the graph intersects y-axis. See, the intersection point of the graph with y-axis is simply nothing but replacing x with 0. Because on y-axis x value is 0. So if you place x 0, then you will get minus 3. So on y-axis you need to identify the point which is 0 comma minus 3. The graph for sure passes through these 3 points. And we know, since the coefficient of x square here it is 1. Since the coefficient of x square is 1, the graph for sure an upward parabola. So at the end, when you use all these things in sketching the graph is an upward parabola and it passes through these 3 points. Okay, so the graph will be like this. This is the rough sketch actually. Okay, see, just a minute, this is not peak point actually. So the peak point will be there at 1. Okay, for convenience I am writing this point left side, 0 comma minus 3. See, the graph will pass through like this. Okay, actually we know, since it is minus 1 and since it is minus 3, the midpoint of minus 1 and 3 is at 1. Okay, so at this point 1, the graph will have peak. So the graph passes through these 3 points and will have a turning at 1. Okay, so that's why the graph will be like this. This is the actually rough sketch of the graph. Okay, I will give you once again. Yeah, right. So this is the graph of y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3. So for this discussion I am just considering this y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3 is the fundamental expression, fundamental graph. Based on this expression, I need to generalize all the remaining. You just think about the next one. Y is equals to minus of x square minus 2x minus 3. When you think about the second expression, which is simply adding minus to the previous one. Since we are multiplying this expression with minus sign, how it becomes? See, the total expression is just multiplied by minus sign. As you know, x values are nothing but on x-axis, expression values, x square minus 2x minus 3 values are the values on y-axis or on the graph. Okay, graph is simply nothing but expression values. Since it is the graph, since we are multiplying with minus sign, see the positive region of the graph will come into the negative and the negative region of the graph will come to the positive. You need to flip the graph actually. Okay, so now I am going to give you the graph of the second expression. So if you wish to sketch the graph of the second expression, since minus, just we are multiplying with minus sign, I will show here. Just have a look. Yeah, this is minus 1 and this is 3. So instead of this minus 3, you need to identify 3 now, and this is 1. Now the graph of the second expression is just a flip of the first graph, okay, because we are multiplying with minus sign. Since you are multiplying with minus sign, negative will become positive, positive will become negative, and so the graph will be like this. Okay, somewhere at this point we have the peak. The graph passes through these 3 points as we mentioned in that case. So this is the graph. So the root minus 1 and 3 won't change, okay, but the point where it intersects the y-axis will change. Here it is 0 comma minus 3 and here it is 0 comma 3. Just observe it, okay. This is the graph of first expression and this is the graph of second expression. Okay. Okay. And now the next thing is the graph of third expression. You just look third expression, which is y is equals to x square plus 2x minus 3. How can you get this y is equals to x square plus 2x minus 3 when compared with the first one? Because always for these graphs you need to take this y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3 as a fundamental reference. When you compare the third expression with the first expression, you will get the third expression just by replacing x by minus x. Just think about it. When you replace x with minus x in the first expression, see, if you replace x with minus x square is x square itself. If you replace x with minus x here, this minus 2x will become plus 2x and minus 3 minus 3. So, see, you will get this third expression just by replacing x with minus x in the first one. With that idea now, if you wish to sketch the graph of this y is equals to x square plus 2x minus 3, we need to replace x with minus x. So how it becomes? It becomes just this right side graph will come to the left side, the left side graph will come to the right side. Now you need to flip in such a way. Actually, from first graph to second graph, we just flipped vertically and now we need to flip horizontally. Now we need to flip the original graph 1 horizontally to get the graph of 3. Okay, so because of the space I am going to sketch here. Okay, right. So the third one is a simple quadratic actually. Without taking the reference of first one also we have a chance to sketch it. Okay, directly we will find roots, directly we will decide it as upward, directly we will identify the minima or maximum point and we will sketch it, no problem. But since we are discussing all together, I am going to give you the explanation with reference to the first one, that's it. Okay, and this third one is simply arrived just by replacing x with minus x. Since we are replacing x with minus x, the graph of third one is simply the flip of the first one horizontally and the second one is the flip of the first one vertically. Okay, so this is the graph. If you flip it vertically, this is second graph. Okay, this is the graph. Okay, if you flip it horizontally, just look there, you need to flip it like that. Okay, this is the graph, flip it like that, then that is the graph of third one. Okay, if you wish, try to sketch it. I will use this space now. Okay, yeah. So as a flip, since it passes through 3 and now in flip it passes through minus 3. Okay, somewhere you need to identify minus 3 here, and since it passes through minus 1, as a flip it passes through 1. Okay, and again if you replace x with 0, the intersection of the graph with y-axis is always that minus 3 only. But since you are flipping right, here at 1 we have the minimum point and now here at minus 1 we will have that minimum point. So now the graph for sure passes through these 3 points. Okay, and at minus 1 we have minima, right? So somewhere here we have minima, okay, and we need to sketch. Without taking the reference of first one, you just find the roots. They are minus 3 and 1. You just find the minimum point, which is at minus 1. You just think about the parabola. Clearly it's an upward parabola. And if you sketch the graph passes through these 3 points in this way. Okay? So this is the graph of third one. You just look at it. Okay? See, it is just a flip of the first one horizontally. And this is second one, which is just a flip of the first one vertically. Okay? So you are able to sketch the graphs of first 3 without taking any reference, just by observing roots, by observing peaks, by observing the shape. But with reference to first one, so how can we sketch the second? With reference to the first one, how can we sketch the third? That's what you need to identify. So at the end, what I conclude is, if we have an expression and its graph, if you multiply the expression with minus sign, we need to flip the first graph vertically. If you replace x with minus x, you need to flip the first graph horizontally. That's what I am going to conclude. Okay, these are the first 3 graphs, and using these 3, by memorizing these 3, okay, because I have no space here, so for that I will erase it, but you need to observe these 3. Okay, you need to memorize and you need to keep in mind these 3 graphs to sketch the graphs of remaining 3. Okay, have a look. Now fourth one, y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. Looks bit complicated but very simple to sketch. See, y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. First of all, you need to think about this modulus. I think you all aware about the modulus. If the expression, if the input of the modulus is positive, you will get the same output. If the input, if the expression is negative, then the output is again what? Different. You have to multiply with the minus sign. Is it right? So just have a look. Yeah. See, y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. Right. So this is equals to, we have 2 chances. First one is x square minus 2x minus 3 if x square minus 2x minus 3 greater than 0. Okay, and the next one is minus of x square minus 2x minus 3 if x square minus 2x minus 3 is negative. Just have it. See, if x square minus 2x minus 3 is negative, you need to consider minus of x square minus 2x minus 3. And see, x square minus 2x minus 3, if it is positive, and your answer is x square minus 2x minus 3. Okay. So x square minus 2x minus 3 less than 0 whenever it happens. As we discussed, the roots of this expression are simply what? Minus 1 and 3. Is it right? The roots of this expression are minus 1 and 3. So since x square minus 2x minus 3 is less than 0, it happens in between minus 1 and 3. Okay. If x is in between minus 1 and 3, you need to think about y as minus of x square minus 2x minus 3. As well as whenever this x square minus 2x minus 3 greater than 0, this is greater than 0 if x is less than minus 1 or x is greater than 3. I think you all know about this, right? So whenever the values of x are either sides of minus 1 and 3, you need to think about the graph of x square minus 2x minus 3. Now at the end, using these two, we need to sketch the graph. Is it right? So further, how can I go? Just have a look. Now I will identify all the points. What are the points? This is minus 1, okay, 1 root, and this is 3. Somewhere we have 1, and this is 0, okay. First of all, you just sketch the x square minus 2x minus 3. Oh, see that x square minus 2x minus 3 is simply nothing but first graph only, right? This is first graph, okay? You need to sketch the first graph. Already we discussed it, right? So somewhere if we have minus 3 here, and after that we have the peak, and the graph will pass through the points in such a way. Already we discussed it, right? So this is the graph of first expression. But this x square minus 2x minus 3, the first expression, the graph of the first expression, we need to consider it only if x is either side of that minus 1 and 3. In between minus 1 and 3, we don't need to consider that. So this is minus 1 and this is 3. So in between these 2 points, you are not allowed to consider this graph, and that's why you need to neglect all these things. Okay, so this is the graph. Just have a look. So we need to consider the first expression only if x less than minus 1 or x greater than 3. So in between minus 1 and 3, don't take this graph. That's why I will cancel. Okay. Now what to say about the second graph? Y is equals to minus x square minus 2x minus 3. So as we know, the graph again passes through these 2 points, as well as now this is 3, and at 1 we have a peak. Okay, this is the graph of second expression. Right, just have a look. This is the graph of second expression. Okay, and we need to consider the second graph only in between minus 1 and 3. Only in between minus 1 and 3. So in between minus 1 and 3, you need to think about this second graph, and you are not allowed to take the second graph in this outer region, so neglect it. At the end, this green color part is the graph required for this y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. Just simply have a look, which is simply nothing but if you sketch the x square minus 2x minus 3, the first graph, you need to flip only the negative region to the positive. Actually, modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. Modulus is there here, right? Since modulus is there, always it is positive. Since it is always positive, y is always positive. That in the sense you can't get graph in the negative region. At the end, see, when you analyze this, you just eliminate, you just remove the down part, okay, below y-axis. So at the end, this is the sketch of that y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. As an analyzation, and I just discussed with these two. But if you wish to sketch, just think about this first graph, x square minus 2x minus 3. So if this is the first graph, you just flip the part in the negative region. This is the part in the negative region, right? You just flip horizontally the part in the negative region. See, we call it as vertical, right? You just flip this negative region part to the positive region. That's it. At the end, see, this is the graph of this green color part is the graph of y is equals to modulus of x square minus 2x minus 3. Okay, you just memorize it. These are not straight lines. They are just like curve shape. Okay, they are of the parts of parabola, right? Don't draw them like a straight lines. They are just of the form parabolic shape. Okay, parts of parabola. The graph will be like this. Have a look, which is simply of W shape. Next one is the fifth graph, y is equals to mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3. So because modulus is there for x, you just think about x. If x is positive, you need to proceed in one way. If x is negative, you need to proceed in the other way. So I will write it like this. Y can be expressed in two ways. If x is positive, mod x is directly x. So x square minus 2x minus 3 if x is greater than or equals to 0, no problem. What you say about if x negative? I think you all know that if x is negative, modulus of x is minus x. Since x is negative, replace modulus of x with minus x, then it becomes like this, x square plus 2x minus 3. So if x is positive, modulus of x is x, x square minus 2x minus 3. If x is negative, modulus of x is minus x, so x square plus 2x minus 3. Now when you observe, see if x negative, you need to follow first graph of the first expression. Whereas if x is negative, you need to follow the graph of third expression. Okay. Now at the end, to get the graph of the given expression y is equals to mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3, again we need to go with the two graphs, one in the positive region and the other in the negative region. Already you have these two graphs. Now just think about these two. Yeah, I am going to sketch it. Just observe. First of all, sketch the first graph. Okay, and then consider it in the positive region, neglect in the negative region. To consider the first graph, here you have minus 1. See, somewhere this is 1 and this is 3. Okay, and again this is minus 3. You have peak like this. Okay, so you may consider it as 3, no problem. So this is the graph of the first expression. Okay, right. And we need to consider this graph only if x greater than 0. See, x greater than 0 means what? We know this is origin, right? And x greater than 0 means only in this positive region. Only in this positive region you need to consider this graph. You are not allowed to consider the graph in the negative region. So just neglect all this part. Okay, you need to neglect all these things. Only this part you need to consider in the positive region of x. Now what you say about the graph in the negative region? For that you need to sketch the graph of second expression. Now to sketch the graph of second expression, yeah, now the values, see already we know it, right? The graph of second expression is simply nothing but splitting this graph horizontally. That in the sense you need to identify minus 3 here, 1 there and peak point somewhere here. Now the graph will pass through these 3 points. Okay, and when you sketch it, the graph passing through these 3 points, so this is the graph of this third expression, third graph actually. Okay, graph of the third expression, and we need to consider this graph only if x less than 0, only in the negative region of x. Negative region of x means left side of y-axis. We are not allowed, you are not allowed to take the graph in the positive region, so just neglect this part. You need to neglect this part. Okay, and you need to pay attention on this part. At the end the graph is just like this green color along with this blue color. Okay, so as for a look, I am just eliminating these neglected parts, and before going to eliminate, I will explain you once again. See, this is mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3. If x positive, so mod x is x, so x square minus 2x minus 3 is the y. If x negative, mod x is minus x, replace modulus of x with minus x, you will get x square plus 2x minus 3. So this expression for x greater than 0 only, this expression for x less than 0 only. First of all, sketch the first graph. So this blue color part is the first graph, but you need to consider this only if x greater than 0. So if x less than 0, neglect it. So this is the negative region, so neglect all this blue color part. Now second one, this is green color, the graph of the second, this one is green color, but you need to consider it only if x less than 0. So if x greater than 0, that means right side you need to neglect, so neglect all this part. So at the end, the final sketch of the graph is simply nothing but, for you I will show, okay, the final sketch, right? You need to erase this neglected part. If you erase all this neglected part, then the final look of the graph of this y is equals to mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3 is this. This is the shape of this y is equals to mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3. You just have a look, okay, and then I will go for the sixth. Okay, just I am sketching roughly, right, and that's why it looks like this, but actually these two parts are symmetrical. Okay, just as like this you need to sketch it with the same length and with the same height and the same width. They are symmetrical actually. Okay, you don't get these type. Okay, these two parts must be symmetrical. Okay, just have a look and then I will give you this graph of the last one. Now finally look at for the graph of sixth one. See, basically what is the difference between fifth one and sixth one? So we are just adding one modulus for the fifth one, is it right? See, what is the difference between the first one and the fourth one? We are just adding modulus for the first one. So if you add modulus for the total expression, just like 1 and 4, 5 and 6 now. Since we are adding modulus, the result is the y value is always positive. You can't get graph in the negative region of y. Okay, so look at the graph of fifth one. This is the graph of fifth one. Okay, I will erase it. So finally this is the fifth expression and its graph is this. Now we need to sketch the graph of the sixth expression. Okay, and that sixth one is simply nothing but y is equals to modulus of mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3, right? So we need to sketch the graph of this mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3 along with one more modulus. That in a sense you need to flip the graph of fifth one about x-axis to the positive region. You can't get the graph in the negative region, okay? Because you have modulus to the overall expression, and that's why these negative values also will become positive. So you need to flip it in such a way, and that's why for that you just identify, see 3 here, and this is minus 1 and this is 1. Okay, you just identify 2 points. See, you just flip it, then the graph will be like this. This is the graph of sixth one, and you need to eliminate this because we are just flipping this negative region. Just have a look. This part I just flipped it like that. This part I just flipped it like that. At the end, this is the graph of sixth one. So one by one we need to sketch. To sketch the graph of sixth one, we need the graph of fifth. To sketch the graph of fifth, we need the graph of 1 and 3. To sketch the graph of 4, we need the graph of 3. Is it right? So everything is required, but we are just taking the first one as reference. Based on that we are sketching everything. At the end, this is the graph of y is equals to modulus of mod x square minus 2 mod x minus 3. Just have it. So always if you give a modulus for the total expression, you need to flip the graph in the negative region to the positive. Okay, just have a look. So finally these are the graphs, okay, and in the next class we are going to discuss the graphs of all these expressions if you add modulus for y. Okay, right.